John 15:11 says, "My purpose for telling you these things is so that the joy that I experience will fill your hearts with overflowing gladness. So this is my command. Love each other deeply as much as I have loved you." Today, we want to tell you a story about how God spreads happiness by changing small hopes into big dreams and lonely hearts into loving families. Frank and Nina Pontario found a desire to search for God when their daughter Jessica was diagnosed with autism around age 5.
When a doctor sits down with you and tells you all the things your daughter will not do, you walk out of there with this understanding, and this is a professional, so you just believe it to be true.
Through friends, the Pontarios learned of spiritual resource ministry and e-soccer.
Now we're on the e-soccer field and we're seeing a diverse group of young adults, children, teenagers. No one there sees limitations. Nobody saw that Jessica would never be able to make a friend.
Over the years, both the Pontarios and Jessica studied the Bible and became Christians.
Our gift was Jessica, and our gift was that was how we found God. Now we have the hope. Now we know how we can share it so that this dream can be a reality for some other families.
People in our lives with faith and tell us that there's so much more she can do. We fought that for a long time because we thought, how is that possible? We had to borrow their faith. What we learned about God is that he's a God of dreams and purposes.
As they continued to invest in e-life and spiritual resource ministry, Frank and Nina met Karen and Kaidi Chang through mutual friends. The Changs also had a daughter on the spectrum named Millie. Over time, Karen and Kaidi studied the Bible and were baptized. Meanwhile, both of their daughters grew up. Jessica wanted to give back to the programs that had helped her life change, so she became an e-soccer coach for the Chang's daughter, Millie. When Millie reached her teen years, Jessica went with her to our summer Y camps.
She saw their example of how kind and loving God is, and it grew in her desire to want to get to know God for herself.
Jessica and a team of friends began to study the Bible with Millie, developing visual Bible studies to help Millie connect and understand God. Millie transformed from the inside out as she learned about God's love, surprising even her parents with how responsive she was to the Bible and how eager she was to read the Bible and pray. Millie was baptized in March of 2024. Acts 17:26 says, "From one man he made all the nations, that they should inhabit the whole earth, and he marked out their appointed times in history and the boundaries of their lands. God did this so that they would seek him and perhaps reach out for him and find him, though he is not far from any one of us."
The things that maybe we think are weaker are not meant to just make us weak. They're meant to show us that God is bigger than that. I firmly believe God has a really great plan for everybody, and it's just up to us to make that first step to get there.
Now Millie and Jessica are passionate about living out their purpose together. They are a part of Game Social, an inclusive program for adults with disabilities, and Millie is helping her friends know God. Jessica is pioneering the cause of creating more e-life opportunities for inclusion for adults with disabilities. The Changs and Pontarios are an example of God spreading happiness through inclusion. Because so many of you have invested in e-life and the teen ministry through special contribution, there has been generational impact, with so much more to come.
To us, these just aren't programs. These are reflections of how relationships should actually be built.
Join us in spreading happiness as we give our special contribution on August 24th. Your contributions change lives.